Thank you for staying with Prime Edition. We now look at the day's business news. My name is Wairimu Jenga. Now, the cost of credit is expected to reduce in coming days following a decision by the Central Bank of Kenya to lower the benchmark lending rate by 75 basis points to 10%. This is the lowest rate since May 2023 and marks the fourth consecutive benchmark lending rate cut by the Monetary Policy Committee. The move is expected to ease the cost of borrowing, offering relief to businesses and households as the Central Bank of Kenya seeks to stimulate economic activity amid easing inflation. Now, we'll be following up that story tomorrow when Dr. Kamau Thuge, the governor of the Central Bank of Kenya, will be giving us will be joining us live on our social media platforms as we look at the state of the economy as well as what has led to that decision. Now, Kenyan foods importers should take advantage on the global tariff wars to purchase surpluses that have accumulated due to the stalemate between countries. Now, International Food Policy Research Institute Director General Johan says the current tariff stalemate involving the US will see food exporters explore alternative markets.
International Food Policy Research Institute believes some countries might opt to offload their food surpluses to developing nations due to trade stalemates. This is due to new tariffs by the US that has restricted exports into America.
It may very well be that some countries decide that they will, for important commodities like food commodities, they may not impose tariffs, and their prices may actually become lower in the medium run rather than higher, which is good it's bad news for the farmers, but it's good news for the consumers.
Kenya farmers are being challenged to source for coffee markets across Africa and Europe to mitigate against the 10% tariffs imposed on Kenyan produce to the US.
So if there's an import tariff, that means that the price of coffee will increase for the American coffee consumers, but it's actually going to push the price down for the global coffee market. Okay, and so this may be good when you are in Europe and you like coffee, but it's likely to be bad if you're a coffee producer in the rest of the world.
Operationalization of the African Continental Free Trade Area, as well as promotion of regional trade, are expected to work in favor of African producers.
Mostly free trade agreement that's going to save Africa and that's going to help us really to reduce our reliance on external export.
To increase local production and reduce the import bill, the private sector is being challenged to boost investment in irrigation and other climate change resilience strategies.
Asia produce more than what they need at the continent level. Africa does not. One of the big differences between the two continents, Asia has about 58% of its irrigation, of its agricultural production irrigated. In Africa, we have only about 8%.
Benson Rioba reporting for Prime Edition.